phenom. Next up, 18-0, Corey Johnson with blinding hand speed and a 7-inch height and reach advantage over the 5'4" Johnston. Stevie Johnston has demonstrated in time he will find a way to win. Relentless, tireless. Tonight, Johnston will try to solve another tall order. 5'11" Howard Grant, a thinking man's boxer, who by now has seen enough tape of Stevie to have an idea how Johnson won.
9 knockout.
At a world title fight tonight. I heard Stevie Johnston's name as a possible Saturday night. Oscar.
Maybe one day we can.
A lot of action.
Weird style, you know, lefty.
Yeah. Howard Grant, Johnston, 5'4". Trying to reach down to the body is going to have a typical time because you trying to change his straight left from Stevie Johnston.
No holding. No holding. Not to get out.
And in close now, Howard Grant, really surprised, would stand right in front of him. And here it is, a smaller guy, Stevie Johnson.
Stevie Johnson has outstanding explosions and speed. There's a good right hand from John. Underdog tonight, Stevie Johnston. He says that will tell in a long fight. So he's going to give
Otis weight belt, and now Howard trying to bring another one. Been in the trenches, been
about boxing is not being in wars, and the more money you say. Rafa Ruelas has more experience than I do, but I'm going to bring in the intelligence up in the
that Rafael has some terrific power. Are you going to change the style? That
improving as each fight goes on, and we've been training moves every single day. I'm working on counter punching. I'm just staying right there in front of my opponent and not hitting, sir.
And we've certainly seen you in the past.
Well, what I see here with a right hand or a left hook, I mean, he's a fighter who can stay in front of him and make him pay his mistakes. So it's like, I mean, Stevie Johnson trying to get in close with Stevie Johnson, and he can't beat him that way.
You think he's having trouble with the southpaw stance?
I believe to his left, he should be moving to his right.
You're a fighter, or you just here to watch a good match?
I'm here to cheer on my bar together in the amateur days, and you know, he's a great guy. He's a great boxer, and he's
someday even be up there. That's right, in the ring with you. Oscar, thanks for stopping by. Always.
Thank you for having me.
All right, Oscar De La Hoya, Rafael Ruelas here in Las Vegas on Saturday night. Inside 15 seconds to go in the second. And we will pause now for a word from your local cable systems. You're watching USA's Tuesday Night Fights. 12-round NABF title fight. Stevie Johnson planting. Howard Grant stepping on his toe. This factor here is what determines this fight.
What are you on, Mike?
You have to use everything that you can, to win that match. For how he has to use. Boxing is about imposing your will on your opponent. Johnston's will is to get in there and give it to him. Give him everything that he's got. Grant, though, wants to slow it down to his pace. And to do that, he has to move and get...
Howard Grant, Canadian lightweight champion, former Olympian. He was in Seoul in 1988. Knocked the eventual silver medalist from Sweden. Year and a half older than Brother F middleweight championship. Otis is here tonight. Otis getting into boxing together. Friends in school had invited them to the gym. And Mr. Grant, Dad did not want. He wanted him to hit the books. And trying to hit Stevie Johnston.
Howard said Otis gives me a lot of inspiration. You know, that's one of the neat things about this sport is to be able to go along with your brother in blues. Soul sport, but sometimes they can, when you have somebody like your brother, you can make a little world to the 12th in the world. Trying to go down to the bottom. When you are a taller man reaching, it's easier for him because he doesn't have to reach up that far. Reaching to the head, you got to reach up.
Stevie Johnston dropped a notch, but at IBF to number 12. Stevie Johnson from the Mile High City been fighting basically between 139.5 against Corey. Very patient, trying to outthink a thinking fighter, and Howard Grant.
The two banged heads right there, and both of them move together. The fighter usually has an advantage, the shortest of his adversary.
Come on with the hook, baby, come on!
They're fighting a very fast. And we've seen him in the past, and he has just been a buzzsaw from the opening round. This fight, he has changed a bit.
He was unbeaten in his first 16 champ, Jake the Snake Rodriguez. And his only loss came last May against the Commonwealth title, in which Grant was stopped. Over to England, also getting there a little later than planned, but he was indeed stopped in the fight. Survivor type in Clarence Barnes. Grant getting in some needed groundwork in that. To this, an attempt at the NABF title.
Yeah, he's wearing Barnes down in this fight. Look at the southpaw stance against the left hand.
Stevie Johnston, pressure type fighter, likes to go back and doesn't seem to tire. Known as an aggressive fighter. Doesn't take risks. The perfectionist who does not like to waste shots, and right now he's letting Johnson punch along the ropes. And right now the champ is with the younger brother of Howard Grant, former NABF middleweight champ Otis Grant.
And how's he looking? Oh, looking good. I think he's doing some good things in there. I think if he could do what he's letting Steve punches drop a little bit short and he counters off for them, we'll be all right.
Is this the kind of fight that you and him expected in this match, the first 4 rounds?
Yeah, Howard said he wanted to get him. He's been doing that. He's been trying that fairly successfully so far. It has any effect on him. He keeps going to the body. It'll slow him down. Listen, counter the way he's doing and keep it up.
Do you think Stevie will change?
Yeah, I think Stevie's he's gonna have to start fighting, because Stevie is a guy. I don't think he's half the back of a fight. He's usually comfortably ahead. I think if it changed to come back and be successful.
Yeah, he's never really been.
I can't really say what's gonna happen, because no, Howard doesn't go in there looking for a KO. He's in there trying to work, and if a KO comes, it comes,
and get a decision.
And we're coming down to 20 seconds to go in round number 5. But Stevie Johnston also belying his age, and just 14 fights, has also shown tremendous patience in the ring. And he is right there. Title, Stevie Johnston. Stevie really here. They want him to pick up the pace.
Oh yeah, they want him to fight this man, they said. For boxing, you have to put the pressure on and start pounding him. They want the Stevie Johnston that we saw. And for Stevie Johnston, they're talking about some big things for him. And now is the fights. This is the time that he really needs to step up to the plate. So he's got a lot of pressure on his back from all these outside things. He needs to concentrate and not choke, especially now. Not think about this fight. He wants him to think about other things, not concentrate.
Just start to open it to Corey Johnson, and actually
didn't have a longer reach. He stood in there and jabbed. How many fights? You start reading the headlines. Danger. Looking Grant. I got to figure him out early, and
well. We now pause for word from your local cable systems.
In that corner, they're working on the cut.
Well, the 4 rounds, but his last 2, Mitchell, showing as he has moved up in the
front feet are there again. He stepped. Johnston stepped on Grant's foot, constantly stepping on that, throwing punches because your user up in the air and you're trying to.
Richard Steele has indicated that the cut is.
Yeah, they do it. I just want to let you know, Richard Steele, an outstanding referee.
And of the accidental headbutt, that more than 3 rounds, the score will be determined by the cards.
Round. Final seconds of round number 7. I think Howard Grant is doing what he wanted to do. He wanted to slow it down to his favor, and more the boxer, that would favor him. Don't see it.
You know,
and then too, when you do it, the best.
Stevie Johnston appeared to be slowing down in that last round, but when Howard Grant went back to his, tell that there was a fatigue factor playing, but keep on boxing.
Difficult it is to maintain a round fight, to maintain like you are. Perfect, they told him. It looks as though he has Johnston slowed down to the tempo that.
Halfway through the 8th, scheduled for 20 on 2 occasions. That's the longest He's been in there for a fight. Later, down, outbox him. There's the
Johnston trying to, and in the corner, Grant, they're asking him, stay there, punch back. Boxing this fight from Johnston. Oh, crunching blow with the right hand. Miguel Diaz, outstanding cut man, sheltering it from the dot, so you couldn't really see it. Wow.
Oh, there is the shot. Howard Grant waiting for the count patiently. Corner of Stevie Johnston, the last few rounds, trying to get the message across. This isn't the amateurs anymore. Don't try to outbox Howard Grant. You're the relentless one. Go at it, and that's what Johnston is doing here in the ninth.
Maybe just trying to outbox him.
And Stevie Johnston is the thing against Sean Bay Mitchell.
The fighter ready to go. He usually ends it. Stevie Johnston pouring it on now. Howard Grant, nothing in retaliation. Howard Grant's a sitting duck. This fight should be stopped, and it is. That, and Stevie Johnston was the fighter that picked it up. There is the big straight.
That's closer.
Yep, Howard Grant got up, went right back to the rope with no retaliation. Stevie Johnston poured the pressure on, sensing the end was near. Referee Richard Steele was close, peering in.
Rule is in effect in the NABF fights, but it never got to that. It appeared as if Grant at the end too was just trying to get away, felt to go down to one knee.